Putnam.
This is Sam 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 Putnam.
Trump's rare earth stock will make you rich, in my opinion. This ticker is MP Materials. This is not financial advice. I do think of the rare earth stocks, this is the one that is about to break out. There are other rare earth stocks that I'll talk about in this video. I'll talk about why MP, this ticker, MP Materials, getting $400 million from the Department of Defense and $500 million as a collaboration with Apple, almost $1 billion, is such a big deal and why there's so much interest in this stock. So let's jump into the chart here so we can pick a level. This is where we're at here. So if we really zoom out, this is a 3-year chart. You can see there's really not any sort of level that's relevant until going back to February of 2 years ago. So 2.5 years ago. So those bag holders are not really relevant. Okay, they already would have sold as the stock came down. Now, here's where we want to look at in particular. This level is important, $74, and then this high at $83, $82, okay? Before we get there, there's also this $75. So that's for the very active investor. If you're a more passive investor, if you're not looking this on a daily or a bi-weekly basis, if you check in once a week or once a month, then you can zoom out and say, hey, what has this done the past month? You can see each month here. It went sideways for about a month. August went sideways, and here in September it's basically gone sideways in this range. Okay, if you zoom in and you buy and sell stocks more than once every couple weeks, then yeah, you had a great opportunity a couple weeks ago to buy off this level, but now we're getting to another spot where you have an opportunity to buy off this level. When you're in this no man's land here, where it's not clear if the stock is going to act well at an important level, you don't know what to do. But when it's up at an important level, you get to see how the price reacts at that level, particularly up here where it's has these compressed days and goes sideways. It's not a surprise that this day on Friday was a little bit of a no movement day. Here's a big day, right? This is a no movement day. So if we look at the SPY on Friday, it was a little green day, but it wasn't anything huge like some of these big days. So this is a little bit slightly weaker than the SPY on Friday. And now the question is, what's going to happen on Monday and through this week around the $75 level? Now that's deep into exactly when to buy it, around what levels to buy it. What we want to do is say, hey, what does this company do? And if I do jump into it, is it worth jumping into a stock and bearing the risk? And when you have companies like Apple partnering with MP Materials, it gives a little bit of reassurance, right? $500 million partnership to produce rare earth magnets in the US. That was in July. That was recent, okay? And they also, as of 4 years ago, had this existing collaboration with GM to supply these magnets for GM's motors. This is a massive industry, auto and consumer devices, iPhones. And even more interesting, okay, in May, they signed an agreement to jointly develop a rare earth supply chain in Saudi Arabia. So not only is the Saudi prince picking up the phone, okay, Tim Cook's picking up the phone, and if we look back at some of their national security play developing, this is about as big as a contract if I've seen recently. $400 million investment. Okay. Did the Intel investment come in at a larger size than 400 million? Yes, it did. Is Intel a much bigger company? Yes, it is. Did that Intel partnership result in that NVIDIA investment soon after? $6 billion investment in Intel by NVIDIA that made Intel stock absolutely skyrocket. Okay. Are those activities linked? I don't know that they're linked. Okay. But 30% move coming after, this is the 20% move when the government took a stake in Intel. All I'm saying is that when the government starts to take an interest in these companies, it's not surprising that they move, okay, which is what we saw here on the $400 million investment. And there could be another bigger company that invests right after the government, okay, riding the government's coattails. I'm not just talking about the Apple partnership. I'm talking about, is there a potential bigger partnership looming that could make this stock go to the 100s, okay? Investors they flock, okay? They're flocking to what other investors do. Everyone wants to be in a deal where it's safe and where there's the potential for long-term returns. So that's the chart. Those are the big partners and potential future investments. And the last piece of this puzzle is, what other rare earth companies do we want to be looking at? And I think USAR is very similar, okay? Forgetting about this $10 SPAC price, if we just look at the recent moves, it's building pretty strong, and it is above these left side peaks back from earlier in the year. And there is blue skies once it can get up above this initial exuberance level. I don't want to play a stock right now that has this much volatility. I'm much more comfortable in a stock that actually goes sideways for a couple weeks at a time. It's just safer in my opinion, but it is nice to know that there are other rare earth stocks signing big partnership agreements and that rare earths are in demand. This is the major push right now. The US is trying to diversify away from China, and I think that this ticker, MP, is a great way to take advantage of that, okay? This strategic investment is about as clear a day a sign, $400 million into MP, that this is the ticker to invest in as a retail investor. They do have the only rare earth mining and processing site of scale, okay? The only one that's big and actually useful to the government, it sounds like, in the US, okay? I'm not deep into government contracts in the rare earth sector. I'm sure there are consultants and executives, hopefully, that have been briefed on the intricacies of government contracting in rare earths, in mining, in materials. We're just investors, and all that we really can say is, look, Trump announced an agreement with China to resume exports of rare earth minerals and magnets following a period of export restrictions that disrupted key sectors, according to Reuters. And then what happened later? Okay, that was in June. In July, the Pentagon invested $400 million in MP to bolster domestic rare earth production anyway. So is there a huge push for U.S. rare earths? There is. Has this been a very important hot button topic for years, going on 5 years? It has. And it was Trump pushing this forward back in his first presidency. And here he is again trying to reduce dependence on China. So this is the ticker. If you like this type of analysis, head over to stockscommunity.com. You can join for just $25 for 7 days. Try it out. If you think it's worth it, stay on for the membership. My agenda is to help you make over $250 per month with this membership. It's not a high bar depending on your portfolio size. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel and you want to see updates on videos, notifications, as soon as they come out, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.